All right, hello everyone. So today is the 3rd of May. Now we got Friday. Let's take a look. This is gold. Now remember, Thursday was a swing day. So two things can happen here. Like I said yesterday as well, two things can happen. Now looks like that was the goodbye kiss for yesterday. Now the market came down into that zone right there. Okay. This was the price action zone where the market took off, but you see the PST level, as always, is the better option. Now, Thursday was a swing day, so two things can happen here. Let's get rid of these. Okay. Now, as you know, this is, let's put this back here. As you know, what we've got here is, let's get rid of this. Okay, let's get rid of this so we see what's going on. Now Thursday, we have a breakout here. We talked about this being an impulse wave, flag formation, selling is okay. Then now, after that swing day, that was Monday, okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, now we've got Thursday, right? So Thursday was a swing day. So two things can happen. We either made the low, or this is another swing day. We're going to push lower. Okay. So we can still push lower. Yesterday I said selling is logical because we've got room to come down. Okay. So into that 61 into the weekly. So it's logical. So today's selling is also, again, logical. Now today's Astro hours. Let's slap them on together. Today we have a lot of news coming out, so you're going to have to relax a little bit and just, wait for that to happen. Now 9:05 is the first spot, so that's your 9 o'clock there. From 9 o'clock we could have a push, could be like an impulsive push until 9:55, which should bring us basically to 10 o'clock here. Okay, so if that turns out to be a breakout here, okay, then the market can continue with that breakout one way or another, which should take us into 12 o'clock. That's 12:05 right there. Okay, so let's say we're up here, the market comes in and we have an impulsive push up from here to here. That can either go up into further distance, or if it's down here and then we break down, let's get rid of these. Let's get rid of that. Okay. And then if we have a breakdown, then it's a different story. Then it should push further down. Now, after the news, now the news is coming out at 3:30, right? You need to do this kind of analysis for whatever you're trading. So the news is going to come out at 3:30, and we've got a bunch of news, and they're important, and you should be on top of your game today, all right? Because we've got non-farm payroll if you're going to trade it. Me, certainly not. Okay, the market will make a move to 4 to 4:30. So we've got 4 o'clock from here to 4 o'clock, 5 past 4, until, what did I say, 4:30. And that's your 4:30 there. So we'll, obviously, it looks like we're going to have an impulse move going somewhere. Now, if after the news, the market will make that move, the thing is that push can continue. All right, so let's say we pushed somewhere and it could keep pushing. And it could keep pushing until we get to 5:45 to 6:25. So I've got 5:45. I've got 6:25. Here, right? Now this spot is a nice zone, all right, if you want to keep this in mind. I like this zone because here we could have change coming in around 6:25. So market beginning to understand it's going to turn, could be towards the later part of this zone, okay, which is fine, not a problem. If this turn does happen, it should take us to 9 o'clock, which is going to be there. Now here it's a little tricky because we're either going to stick around here and, you know, maybe move a little bit further until closing, which should be around there, or it's going to keep pushing. Okay, or it's going to keep pushing. And that's your closing there. I think it's at 11:45. That'll be the last bar, which should be there. Okay, so here, if the market gets into this zone, we're either going to stick around here or push either in that direction or push either in that direction to closing. So it's worth thinking about. Now this impulse wave coming in on Wednesday, okay, is nice because that's coming back into the order block and then beginning to push up. Now yesterday, as you can see, this was a mess. Euro dollar and SP 500, the indices were okay. This was a bit of a mess. Why? Because this Astro hour was too far from the entry levels. Okay, so what there's only two things to do here, right? You either had to get in this bar here, okay, with the wick there. So this was either the place or the PST zone here, and that order block was right there. No, just, oh crap. Let's get rid of that. That order block is right there on the PST level, okay, which is there. Okay, that's your PST. Now the market took this order block. All right, as you can see, that one there, this little one. So at the but we weren't here at the Astro hour. We were here at the Astro hour here. So this was a bit tricky. If you bought here, you would have definitely been stopped out. Okay, not, you know, that's just how it is. Because we had that level here. If you waited till after the news, you couldn't get in here because the price bounced off from here. It's just too far out. Okay, it's just too far out. So there was really nothing really to talk about gold here. And the only thing that could have gone wrong is if you bought here and you got stopped out. Now, if you sold the highs, you should have been well in the money. Okay, and you should have taken profit either here or down here at the PST, and that would have been the end of the day for you because there's nothing else to do here. All right, now today with gold, okay, because yesterday was a swing day, it could be a low going up. Now, how are we going to confirm that? If you're not going to trade today, we have to wait and see how today closes. Okay, as you can see, the market's got room to come down into 40.41, 2,282.76. Let's get rid of that, 2,082.76. So it's got room to come down. That's the weekly. Okay, not a problem. So selling it might be okay. We're right on the support here, pretty close to the support here as well, but no selling at the lows here. If you want to sell again, where can you do that? That's not it. This is it. So 57, 2,351. So it's got room to push up. If it keeps going up, it's got room to go up. Okay, so on the daily, as you can see, if it turns up, okay, it's good to go up. All right, so that 57 there, 2,351.62. They're like okay to head up into that direction. So make a mental note of that. 51.62. All right, so that's that. All right, what else? Okay, so if you want to sell as well, it's a bit tricky. You're going to have to do it from the highs because we're in the middle of nowhere. If you want to buy, you got to do it low, but just keep in mind that weekly level can be touched. the market can go tap it and then push up as well. I'm more towards the selling side because of that weekly level, and that 73 is 2,336, which the market already did here, as you can see. 2,328 was the highest it did, so 2,336 is pretty much done. Okay, it's pretty much done. Okay, and that's the weekly there. So weekly pivot, obviously a place we can sell at, and this zone we can sell at as well. Right now we're in the middle of nowhere. Okay, so it's going to really depend on the news, what's going to happen, and because there are a lot of news coming out, like I said, maybe not mucking around with it is the better option. Euro dollar. Now with the euro dollar, as you know, we're all in this zone now. Now once we have a breakout, you see breakout, we're not standing in front of it. Yesterday I did say, guys, the discount zone is going to be above 50, and that's what the target is looking like, right? So if that's what it's looking like, I've got the opportunity to buy. If you want to buy 48, 1.0708 is okay to do so, which is your daily pivot. So if the market comes into the daily pivot, this is okay to go up. If it does go up, like I said, it's got those zones there. All right, so what's that? 59, 1.0775, which is pretty much that zone there. 0775. All right, there. On the weekly, 49.0795. So those are options. We can go there, and then the market can sell off as well, and that's okay. Now yesterday the Astro hour was here, as you can see. The Astro hour was here, as you can see. So in the zone, the market came back into the manipulation bar, which caused the breakout there, and this was okay to get in. After the news, it was fine, and you can see the targets done there. So euro dollar SP 500 worked nicely. On top of that, though, with the news coming out, we could just be going sideways, okay, and nothing could happen as well until the news, and then the news could tell us what's going to happen. So if you're keen on trading, I'd wait for the key hours, which is going to be 4:05 and from 5:45 to 6:25, and then evaluate the market then according to how you're going to trade it. All right, otherwise it's going to be, it's just not going to be worth taking the risk. SP 500. With the SP 500, let's see. Okay, so we've got Friday for a swing day, so that's nice. Okay, this could be a nice swing day opportunity for us to go down. Okay, now remember, we had Tuesday, Wednesday, right? So that's Friday, Thursday, that's your Tuesday, that's your Wednesday. Now you can see they're both swing days, right? Tuesday, from the high, the market went down. Wednesday, from the low, market's going up. So that's like swing days working just fine. Now we've got another swing day, it's Thursday, which is Friday. So Friday high, I'm okay to sell. Where 52, 5,100. Okay, so a bit of a touch into 5,100. That's the daily. And we've got 5,143 on the goodbye kiss of the daily. Which is there. Okay. So this zone, I think, is okay to sell off. All right. And carry on. You can see impulse wave, flag formation, breakout, goodbye kiss, sell off. So that's what we want to do. The news should take us into that formation. As you know, on the weekly, we want to come down here and actually want to buy from here. So this is like a nice spot to go long. 51, I've talked about 4,965 in the beginning of the week. It's a weekly level. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, Nasdaq, Bitcoin. Now it's going to be the same kind of setup. Okay, so that's a good swing, as you can see on the weekly. Market popping down and just pushing up, closing the gap. Let's take a look at the daily, and there you go. So this is again a good sell opportunity. Now we had Tuesday, as you know. That's your Tuesday, that's your Friday. So Tuesday, beautiful push down, and then we've got now Friday. So this could be a nice level to sell off at, and I talked about this zone. And when the market breaks out, guys, don't stand in front of it. This is a beautiful thing. If you're following it, bang. Now it's made that first target, so 56, 38,594. 594. Nice. This target from yesterday, beautiful. It's all being done. Okay, nice and easy. So if we go up first, that's great. And also look, yesterday I said this would be your buy zone, and look at that, market comes into there. We had what, 555, that's 530, that's your 555 right there. And then what else did we have? We have 730 yesterday. What do we have? Well, I'm just checking. 8 o'clock, I think we're at 8:15, yeah? That's your 8 o'clock there. 10 past 8 to 8:15, 8:20, that's there. So, you know, that's it basically. You know, market coming in. 555 is on that bar. Just out of curiosity, I want to see 555. Let's see where we were at 1755. There. Okay, it's not too far out. Okay, it's still not the best kind of thing, but there it is. Okay, if you entered on that bar, then obviously your stop loss needed to be below there. But the beautiful thing about this is, look, see the price action here? Nice buying action twice. So getting in, then putting your stop loss under there is just logical. It's like it's a 1 bar stop loss literally, and that's it. And then where you got to go to, well, you got to at least target that, because that's your PST level there, as you can see, and then it's going even more beyond. Okay, so that was interesting. Okay, now let's get back into the 15-minute chart. Now what to do? Now still we've got a bit of room to push up now with this breakout, which could take us there or into the 59, 38,805, 38,805, which is there. Now this is going to be a bit far out, but if it does go there, at least we know what we're doing. On the weekly, we can still push up. That's fine. This is a good push. So yesterday I said we need to be careful now, because we've got 2 lows at the same place and a high, which is giving us a sideways market, right? Because we need 3 points, 1, 2, 3. So now this is a sideways market. Okay, so 2 things are going to happen here. We're either going to go up and sell, then buy and sell, and so on, until it breaks to one side or the other, or we're going to get to the middle zone. This is going to end up like a retracement. Okay, and once that retracement happens, okay, then we're going to like sell off. So if I go to the daily, if the market wants to sell off, we've got a little bit more room to push up maybe. Okay, but this is the zone. Okay, this is the zone. Maybe we'll take the stops out, which I'd like to do, but this is the zone. Alright, so 38,594. I'm just going to do 38. Let's just do this, 38,594. Okay, 38,595. No problemo. Alright, so that's your zone there. So going up there, taking stops out, selling off, I'm okay to do that, and I'm also okay to do it from here. Okay, if we dip, if we dip in there, stick our heads into that zone, wait for the Australs to sell off, I don't mind. Why? Impulse wave, we got an A, B, C formation, and then pushing down. This could also turn into a flag, so be smart. Okay, anticipate. At the Australs in that zone, look for a U-turn or just going. Alright, so just prepare for that. The market can also be, like I said, choppy because of the news. It doesn't matter. I don't mind selling the highs today because I think the 545 to 630 is a good time for the market to make a swing. And if it does do so next week, we can also sell the indices going down. Let's take a look at NASDAQ. It's going to be the same kind of thing. We've got a swing day, impulse wave, flag formation. Okay, market's going up. This is your sell zone. We've talked about it before. Really, not much I can say any more than that. Okay, we want to sell this down. This is your sell zone. Look at the price, 51.53, 17,710, 17,782. So make a note of that. Obviously, that goodbye kiss, you're going to have to keep an eye out for. Okay, now this zone is nice. It can take out the stops, hit slightly higher, push down. On the weekly, this is a bit too far for us, I think. This is the HCL one. This is 18,123. Okay, I've put that there. It's a bit high out for us, but at least you know what to do if we get there. Alright, so that's how it is. Okay, now if this thing breaks out, don't stand in front of it. Just let it go. It's Friday. We'll make a new plan on a Monday, so you don't have to rush this thing. Okay, but this is, my idea is that we should come lower. We should dip into here. We should dip into these lower levels before going back up again. And for me, it's logical for us to actually come all the way into this below the 50 zone off this, so we can get some decent retracement right in there to go back in again. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, like I said, we've got a correction here. I said the market should push up, and I said you could sell from there yesterday as well. Okay, so as you can see, this is yesterday here, market going up into there, selling off a little bit. Is it still in sell mode? I think it's still in sell mode because there's not a lot of excitement here. As you can see, it's a creepy crawly kind of up move. So going back up a little bit to sell off, I think, is the way to go because of this big breakout. Okay, so that's fine. It's filled in a bit of gap, as you can see, but there's still room to fill in this zone here. And if I lift this up a little bit, it should come into there. It needs to just come and do that. Now what we can do is, I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of a bunch of stuff so we can actually see what we're doing better. The other option is that. Okay, so this is a price action. We could go sideways a little bit. Keep in mind the swing days. This is the gap to fill. I talked about this yesterday. It's a small gap, but it might want to fill it. So keep an eye out for 61, 638. Going up a little bit to sell off is okay. On the daily, PST 47, 62, 167. So between there and 62, 167, it's not a bad idea. Make a mental note, mark them in here, okay? And if the price does get there, you know what to do at the Astro Hour.